Hello, and welcome to part 11 of my A-350 Airbus build. Hello everyone, and welcome. Some people have asked me to make a video dedicated to how I prepare the surfaces on my molds after I 3D print them. So I decided to make this video. In this video, you will see from start to finish how I prepare the surfaces. I will be using 100, 220, 400, 800, 1000, 1500, and 2000 grit sandpaper. Also, Griot's Garage Complete Compound Polish and Part All Mold Release Wax. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, here we have the mold, and the pieces have been glued together. And what I'm going to do now is just take 100 grit sandpaper and sand it down. As you can see, there's these lines in here are print lines, and as I sand it, you'll hear this high-pitched whistling noise. And once you start getting that whistling noise to get quieter or go away, that'll let you know that this sanding is working. So here we go. Okay, just want you guys to see what my surface of my molds look like after they come off the 3D printer. And so this is very smooth. There's lines in it, as you can hear, but besides that, it's still very smooth. Now what I could do is just take high build automotive primer and spray this and sand it down, and spray again and sand it down, and that would be fine. But I could have done the same thing with this mold also, but I want to show you guys actually how to prepare the surface of the mold with Bondo and everything, etc., and filling the cracks and all this stuff in here. So now what I'm going to do with this mold is just take automotive primer, which is in a can, and it is okay. When I use automotive primer in a can, this is what I like to use, and pretty much this is all I use if I'm going to spray it out of the can. It's Duplicolor Automotive Primer Series. It's a filler primer. It fills deep scratches and sands easily, and it works really well. But like I said, I'm actually going to sand this down and then fill the cracks and then primer, etc., and go from there. So that's it. Okay, here we have it with a thick layer of the primer sprayed on it, and normally I would use automotive primer in a can and brush it on, but here's a spray can this time. Works really well, and very good. Next, I will let this dry. After this dry, I will show you how to get rid of these cracks next. Okay, now I'm applying Bondo to the cracks. And I'm trying to force it down in between the little crack there. You don't want to put a whole lot of this stuff on there. It just means more work for you sanding it off. So Just want to fill the crack. Again, like I said, force the Bondo down in between the crack also. Okay, now I go back over those lines with the 100 grit sandpaper. Like I said earlier, when you put the Bondo on, you want to put it on sparingly because it just makes more sanding for you. Okay, here we are, finished sanding, and now what I'm going to do is just spray another coat of primer on this, and wait till that dries and do another sanding on it. Okay, here we go. This is the primer. That's dried now, and I'm just going to sand the whole wing down with the 100 grit sandpaper. Here we go. Like I said before, you don't hear that the high-pitched whine anymore. It's still there, but not very loud. Again, just using this primer here, and we'll be spraying a heavy coat on. I like to use this primer a lot because it doesn't run. You can spray a really heavy coat. But normally I like to use automotive paint you mix up and shoot out of a gun. And just brush that on, but using this for now. All right, it is dry now, and I'm going to sand her down with 100 grit sandpaper. Okay, here we are getting ready to wet sand the mold with water, and I just put a little dish detergent in it. And there's no real big advantages of wet sanding. The advantages is only keeping the dust down, and the sandpaper doesn't become clogged as fast. But let's get started. And by the way, I'm standing here with 800 grit sandpaper. Okay, I finished the 800 grit sandpaper. Now I'm moving up to 1000 grit. Now after I finish 1000, then I'll go to 1500 and then 2000. So here we go with the 1000. Okay, now I'm getting ready to sand with 1500 grit. And here we go. All right, we're done with 1500 grit sandpaper. Now moving on up to 2000. And here we go. On to polishing. Here we go. Here's the polish I like to use, if you want to use it. Okay, this is what the mold now looks like after it's been polished. It's very shiny. I can see myself in it. So, if you follow the process I've done, your mold should look like this too, very shiny, and you should be able to see yourself in it. Next, what I'm going to do is just take part all wax and put one coat on it and wipe that one coat off. And then I'm going to do that 2 more times, but I'm going to wait 12 hours before each coat, so there'll be a total of 3 coats on this part. But anyway, this is the shine it's going to have on it, and if you, like I said, if you follow what I've done, your mold should be shining like this too. So good luck. Well, that's it for this video. Again, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And remember to like and subscribe this video, and see you in the next one.